Hey everyone, and welcome back to KRVN Sizzling across Nebraska, the Red Meat Road Trip. Tyler Cavalli and Jacob Roth with you as we're here in Ord at the Ord Locker. We're excited to learn here about this newer facility and the expansion of this facility. First, let's thank our great sponsors, Cross Diamond Cattle, Cross Diamond Meats in Bertrand, of course, the Nebraska Beef Council, who's putting on the Nebraska Passport Program, Dawson County Cattlemen, and the Nebraska Cattlemen as well. All right, so this is a huge building. We'll eventually go inside and learn a little bit more about kind of what's going on about the Ord Locker, but we're really excited to learn a lot because we have Ace Vanderwall, who is the owner and president. They'll be joining us here in just a moment. All right, we're back here with KRVN as KRVN Sizzling Across Nebraska continues in Ord as we are at the Ord Locker. We're catching up with Ace Vanderwall, who is the owner and president here of Ord Locker. All right, you guys are part of the Nebraska Beef Passport Program. Seems like this is a match made in heaven for you guys.
Yes, it is a good program we got going across the state. So get involved in it, get yourself signed up for it, and travel across, hit all the different lockers are it, and support your different restaurants and stop in and buy some beef and support your local beaf producers.
I guess we're done then, right?
That's
the whole
it.
thing.
That's it.
I mean,
all right, that was easy
you couldn't
enough.
really ask for a better thing.
Let's talk about this spot in particular. Yep. You're just outside of Ord.
Huh? I fixed the mic, so can you run the question
gotcha.
back?
Yeah, let's talk about this spot in particular. You're just outside of Ord on the highway. It's a big, beautiful red building. Talk about setting this place up and how long it's been in running.
You can't miss us out here. We're on the north side of Ord. Big red and gray building, can't miss us. It'll be 5 years in August when we first got in this facility. We bought the locker in 2015, so it'll be 10 years in August total here. So we got into this August of 2020. Big red and gray building. We just took on USDA federal meat inspection. So you can stop and buy local beef now in our retail area from local ranchers, producers.
And I think the interesting thing is this building is massive building. Like you said, you can't miss it. So talk about the vastness of this.
Okay, we are in an 8,500 square foot building. Probably got over 10,000 usable square feet with some upstairs storage areas and stuff. But I am on the bigger side for small lockers in the state. I am.
We'll talk about why you wanted to be bigger than maybe other lockers.
Probably out of necessity. I went to college for a long time, got a bachelor's, a master's, and a half a PhD in meat science before I dropped out of college. Bought the old locker in Ord from Larry Freoff, and it was like a lot of small lockers in towns. She had served her purpose. The original building was 1890 something, been added on to a couple times, and we just outgrew it. We couldn't physically not do any more through it, and so it was the goal when we bought it to get into a new facility in 5 to 10 years. And so we were doing about 8 to 10 beef a week max in the old facility, and that's at a 21-day age, dry age on your beef. This facility now, we can, if we don't do pigs, we can do around 30 beef a week out of this facility. Or if we're doing a big group of 18 to 20 pigs, we can do 20, 24 beef a week out of it. So.
Yeah, definitely a lot of things. Talk a little bit about, you've touched on how it's gotten busy, this kind of locker industry, for lack of a better term, kind of faded a little bit, but it's definitely came back strong as a lot more folks are looking to get local beef, knowing where it's came from. How did you guys kind of navigate the moving? And then 2020 was a busy year. How did you guys kind of navigate that? And do you feel like you've came out of the busy, or is the busy stuck around?
So before the COVID stuff happened, it was busy. There was a lot of first timers trying to get a quarter, a half, or half a pig. And that was always growing. People wanted to go back, know where the food come from. And put meat in the freezer at home for 6 months to a year at a time and not have to go to the grocery store. And yes, we got into this. We got into this during COVID, and it was a blur. Literally, construction was finishing up, and like every guy across the state, the phone rang all day long. We had lists 10 miles deep on people trying to get beef and pigs in. And so during that time, a lot of people found us for the first time. A lot of first timers, when they couldn't get hamburger at the local grocery store anymore, they went looking and they found us. So we picked up a very high percentage of new people very quickly. And for the most part, I can't put a number on it, but a lot of us lockers across the state have kept that person back as a customer. And so we have just stayed busy. Now, as a whole, no one has like a 2-year-long waiting list for the most part, no more. It's lightened up a touch. We're back to kind of the normal cattle feeding cycle a little bit, but it is still plenty busy. They're good businesses to own. Keep supporting your local lockers.
Absolutely. What do you kind of shoot for? Because we've heard a couple different numbers on how far out you want to kind of be booked up and keep things going. How far out do you go if people are interested in looking?
I'll go out to a year, year and a half. I don't like to get any further than that. It's hard to adjust and know when you're going to have beef that are fat. For the most part, we do about a year at a shot, and I make sure if you're a normal guy that always brings a beef in February, I make sure you got your spots before I go and fill it up from other people. But about a year is where I like to be at most on being booked up.
Yeah. And one of kind of the other challenges with that, you talked about first-time people. They might not know a producer. Or have you guys been in the business of connecting folks with producers in the area, and how does that kind of look from your side of things if people don't know a producer they want to get their meat from?
So if you don't know a producer, you can always give us a call. I have multiple producers that I work with. We can find whatever type of product you want to make sure you're eating. Hereford beef, Angus beef, Limousine, Charolais. You name the type of beef you want me to find, you name the grade of beef you want me to find, we can find it. And same thing on the pigs. I got a lot of different pig producers that we can pull from to get exactly the same type of product you want. Not all livestock's created equal. Everybody wants something different. If you're a grass-fed person, give us a call. We can try to find you a grass-fed beef. But our main beef that all comes through this facility is Central Nebraska corn-fed beef.
So we were talking as well, Ace, that you are now USDA federally inspected here at the Ord Locker. From what we were, learning about, this is somewhat of a new thing, right?
Yep, it is new. I'd planned on getting it done the first 6 months when we got in this facility back in 20, but that COVID thing blew everything up, and we couldn't get done and push out the door what we had on the custom side. But finally, it took a breath, and we had an option to take this on, and it was about middle of February. We are now a federally inspected USDA meat processing facility. So if there's any farmers, ranchers out there that are looking for processors that can do that, we are now able to do that. It's the first time Ord Locker's ever been federally inspected. As far as I know, you get back enough years, maybe somebody was, but yes, we just took that on and we're working through everything on it, but we can help you out, get your products with what we call the USDA bug on it, so you can sell them at farmers markets or get it out there. Get a snack stick of your flavor out there in your own gas station somewhere. So we're able to do that for you.
Yeah, as I say, Ace, why is it important to have that, and why that sets you apart from maybe other lockers?
So before we were just a custom exempt meat processor, and there's a lot of them out there. There's a need for them. It's a very important process. But as a custom exempt guy, everything has to go out, or as a custom exempt processor, everything has to go out in halves, quarters, wholes, etc. And anything you make in your facility, as far as hot dogs, Polish sausage, you have to sell retail exempt in your facility. Now that we are a federally inspected meat processing facility, we have a USDA federal inspector in our building every day. They're looking at the animal live, they're looking at the lymph nodes, the heart, the liver, the kidneys, making sure it's a healthy animal. And then they're looking at all the paperwork and temperatures and everything that we're taking throughout the day. It probably added around 2 hours of paperwork every day to us to be this. But with that, we're able to now, we have snack sticks up at Dad's gas station in Burwells. You head out there to Calamus, we got a bunch of our products out there besides cat snack sticks. But as a producer, if you want to make your own snack stick out of the beef that you have, we can make it for you in this facility, do the paperwork for it behind it, put your own label on it, and you're able to go sell that then at farmers markets, gas stations, grocery stores, all across the state, or even over state lines even. You can go sell that product anywhere because it was processed in a federally inspected facility.
Again, we're talking to Ace Van de Wal, who is the owner-president of the Ord Locker. Again, one of the stops that you can get your Nebraska Beef Passport program punched, as we're here again up in Ord. Let's talk about, you mentioned pigs, hogs. Outside of that, do you guys do wild game as well?
We really don't do wild game. I told the banker if we needed to for the cash flow, we'd open up and doing it. But that time of year for us here is some of our busiest time of year. November, the fall run we call it. We got more pigs and beef than we can get put through the place.
Inside this beautiful facility as well, you have a couple of different refrigeration options as well that has beef. Talk about what's in there.
Yep, so in our retail area, we have local grown, ranch raised, farmer raised, local beef here that comes out of Central Nebraska on the retail shelf now. And it is a 21-day and even 30-day dry age on this product. It has a very good flavor profile, and we can go back and probably find the farmer rancher, and I can go show you the cow that beef came out of. And as far as the pig size, we're getting more and more local pigs on the retail shelf. everything is made in-house here. All of our brats, all of our bacon, all of our snack sticks, everything is made here. We're still buying in some box beef that comes from Cargill and JBS Swift and that type of thing. I don't think we'll ever be able to get completely to all local in there because we do so much bacon. I'd have to do too many pigs to stay ahead of that. But we got lots of locally grown options on beef, and I'm big into aging. But there's natural enzymes in meat that make it more tender, and along with the dry aging process, we get a more flavor development. So if you've never had a 30-day dry aged steak, swing out and see us. Ask for Ace. I'll come down and chat with you, and we can help pick out something nice. But we got ribeyes, we got porterhouses, T-bones, New York strips, flat irons, Denvers. We got it all. So stop in and check us out if you've never been here, and if you're still coming, we appreciate you coming.
Ace, why is it important that people around Ord, or in this area in particular, continue to support Nebraska beef in particular?
Welcome to the world of farming and ranching. Everybody sees that farmer rancher driving that $180,000 tractor, $100,000 tractor, $500,000 combine, and we assume they're just rolling in lots of money. Farming and ranching is a tough living. Maybe it's 2 out of 3 years out of 10 we have good years. They are trying to make every dollar they can that we keep them in business. And our availability now to put local product on the shelf will help local central Nebraska ranchers, farmers keep that family business going. At the same time, if you reach out and you buy a whole half, all your money is staying local. None of that is leaving and getting sent to a big corporation somewhere. It's supporting local families, local farmers that are putting the hard work in. So if you want the most bang for your buck and it to stay in the state and get utilized correctly, support your local lockers, support your local farmers and ranchers, and it helps keep the whole circle, big world go round.
And we've talked about it a little bit with different producers and different lockers and stuff, mostly the locker side. I've always been curious, what is the R&D like, the research and development, for those different flavors of the brats that you've got over there? You've got snack sticks. What does that whole kind of process look like? You've got a large variety of flavors, and not all of them are spicy. Some of them look like they'd be sweet. Talk a little bit about that.
Yep. So welcome to Flavors. Everybody's got a different flavor profile. And we do some R&D on some stuff there's stuff that I don't even like, and it makes the shelf because everybody else likes it more than me, and it will become one of our best sellers. I got some really good gals that work for me that are in charge of making all the processed meats. I train my sister, and then she trained them. So if it's one of them 3 gals making it, or it don't get made, but they sit around and come up with different ideas. There's a bunch of flavors that are our own unique ones that we came up with completely on our own. I'm not gonna lie, we cheat a little bit. There are spice companies out there that do a whole bunch of R&D on the side on their own and saves me a lot of time. And you can call them and go, hey, send me your top 4 sellers right now to try. And we try them and we go, okay, this is gonna work in our area. And so we may roll out a few different flavors, see how they go in this area. And from there, we may tweak that one a couple different ways. But we currently got in the pork side, we currently got a cinnamon roll bacon that my gals came up with that was all on their own that I think's pretty good. So if you ever want to try cinnamon roll bacon, swing on out and see us.
The Ord Locker, cinnamon roll bacon. I don't know if I anticipated coming into this building learning more about cinnamon roll bacon. All right, on to that point, everywhere we stop, we always try some Nebraska beef from a locker, the restaurant. What are your top things that you have coming out the doors or you're selling or that we should try here today?
I would say beef-wise, we sell an awful lot of ribeyes. A lot of ribeyes, a lot of New York strips, a lot of T-bones. That's that 21-day dry age, that 30-day dry age product. We're eventually going to try some 40-day dry age stuff here too, but that level of beef, you really can't beat that flavor profile on it. That's going to be some of your best stuff. If you're looking for a little better value cut, that's the expensive stuff. If you're looking for a little better value, look at your sirloin fillets, your tri-tip roasts. They're all 21-day dry aged well. Very good product.
And as we are on the red meat road trip, you got to have road snacks. What would you recommend in terms of those road snack type of things for folks? Because it's a drive to get up there. It's well worth it. It's a beautiful facility. What would you recommend folks walk out the door with in terms of a snack type of food?
I would grab a package of everything if you've never been here before and try it. But try the snack sticks. Try their summer sausage and try our jerky before you go. But the snack sticks, we have a hard time keeping the snack sticks on the shelf. They were just reserve grand champion at the Nebraska Association of Meat Processors Convention here back at the end of March. But yeah, I'd grab a few packages of snack sticks. We got people that'll drive in from an hour away just to grab some snack sticks, and back on the road they go.
All right, we'll have to get some snack sticks before we leave. Those sound terrific. All right, Ace, as we wrap things up here today, if somebody wanted some more information, again, if they wanted to bring their animal in here, or they wanted to get a hold of somebody else, or just stop in and get some things, talk about your hours and, again, how they're going to get a hold of you and your team.
Yep. If you're looking to get a beef appointment, need a beef process, give us a call. We're not booked a year. There's spots. There's all kinds of spots all over. Custom beef, or if you're needing, we're now USDA inspected, so if you're needing USDA inspected product done, we can also get you on the books for that. Our hours were Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and most Saturdays, 9 to noon. You can find us on Facebook. You can give the locker a call at 308-728-5816. But just call, leave a message if you don't get, you can ask for Ace or Ida, and if you don't get us, leave a message and I'll get back to you, and we'll help you in any way we can.
All right, very good. That is, again, Ace Vanderwall, who's the owner and president of the Ord Locker. Make sure to stop by, get the beef sticks, the ribeyes, the cinnamon roll bacon as well. A lot of different options. Make sure you stop here. Again, all part of the Nebraska Beef Passport Program by the Nebraska Beef Council. All right, we're back here in Ord as we're wrapping things up. One of our stops of the Nebraska Beef Passport Program is KRVN Sizzling across Nebraska. Tyler Cavalli, Jacob Roth with you. Boy, what a stop we had inside, visiting with Ace Vanderwall, who is the owner, the president of the Ord Locker. Massive facility. We learned a lot.
It's a great building. It was a really good experience. The snack sticks we tasted, really, really solid. Again, the recommendations continue to not miss, whether they're getting spice mixes from other places or right here. It doesn't matter. It was really, really good, and glad we were able to swing on by. But, I mean, I'd call it another successful stamp.
Yeah, it's just outside of Ord. If you're wondering, if you're heading to the Burwell area, you can't miss it. It's a huge red building. It says Ord Locker. They just expanded this building. We learned a lot about that, and we hope you did as well. And if you're up here, if you don't have meat that you need to drop by, if you're just wanting a snack, stop by, and they have some great beef sticks. They have some, if you're going camping, let's just say for the summer, you can buy for the grill, right? As for a pop-up grill or somewhere, you can buy a steak. That's a great way to support local as well.
No, absolutely. I mean, he was the key to it. Your money's staying in the area. It's not going somewhere else to come back. It's just local, and nothing beats local.
All right, again, thanks to our great sponsors. The Nebraska Beef Council, of course, is putting on the Nebraska Beef Passport Program. Dawson County Cattlemen, Cross Country, Cross Diamond Cattle, Cross Diamond Meats in Bertrand, and, of course, the Dawson County Cattlemen as well for being great sponsors of Nebraska and KRVN's Sizzling Across Nebraska Red Meat Road Trip here at the Ord Locker. For Jacob Roth, I'm Tyler Cavalli.